This is Lawrence D. Adams. Yes, I came out of hiding, but I wanted to go live for a minute because I haven't been present on YouTube, StreamYard, or anything like that. And I wanted to go live for a minute and get everybody up here. So I'm waiting till everybody jumps up right quick because they're like, wait a minute, LDA's going live. Because I've been real quiet. So I wanted to, okay, why this garbage truck come after me? But yeah, I wanted to jump up right quick because I've been quiet. I've been contemplating, adjusting some things, getting things together as far as with the thinking class, the doing class, and how to better serve the people. So let me just jump up right quick, give some strategic game right quick while this about to go through. Let me wait for this to go past. I'm waiting for the notifications to go through. One, two, I'm trying to get over to. So a lot of people have been wondering what happened to your LDA. LDA has been in the mission of remarketing and rebranding the whole channel and everything that I do. But I wanted everybody to come up here so we can get some strategic game right quick. If you're in the chat room, let me know. I haven't been live in a long time, but I'm actually walking over to one of my favorite spots, which is by the art museum where I live at. I live by the art museum and actually by a university. But today, man, we're in a, I normally don't talk politics. I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. But we're in a strange place in this United States of what we call America, which is what happens. And what I'm noticing is that a lot of undertones and talking points going on. And one of the things I'm seeing is there's an undercurrent of men finally waking up to understand their worth and to understand their value. Let me say that again. What I'm seeing now is an undertone of men, particularly black men, standing up and understanding their value and understanding how important their voice is. Even in this current political climate, whether I don't care who you vote for, because at the end of the day, it's the electoral college that actually picks the president, not the people. But that's another story. But I want to say that men are starting to wake up again from being the sleeping giant that they have been. And what I'm saying is they're understanding their value. A lot of men are starting to wake up and understand their value, what it means to be a man. But most of all, I've said this many times on this channel, most of all, on how not to mute their voice, but actually speak their mind. Oh, there's a freaking deer right there. And how to speak their mind and actually say what they mean. And that may stir up the masses, that may make people mad. But at this point, men are waking up to who they are. And what I found out is everybody ain't gonna like that you standing up. You're an Alpha Sigma guy. Yeah, so what I'm finding out, a lot of people ain't gonna like that you standing up and you're not going along just to get along because everybody agrees to it. And what happens is men are saying, you know what? We don't have to go along to get along anymore. What we're gonna do is we're gonna say our piece, we're gonna say what we wanna say and call it a day. And what's happening is people are scared. People are scared. The political climate is scared. Everyone's scared. And most of all, they're afraid that if men truly wake up to their value, guess what's going to happen? They're not going to be able to control you. Let me say that again. If men were to wake up to who they really are and to their real value, they're not going to be able to control them. You're not going to just be tell them anything. And one of the ways that they have been using, please pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, because I normally don't jump on the live, especially on a Wednesday. I'm normally I normally work out, but I'm gonna say this. The biggest way that they try to control you men is through your women or through your lower nature. Let me say that again. One of the biggest ways they try to control you is through your what? Women or through your lower nature or through your sexuality. God, man, I don't want to hear this. So they try to control you by trying to influence your women first to control you. Let me say that again. What they do is they try to control you by controlling your women first. So if they control your women, what they do is they send the women to attack you, sign language, or they use what they always normally use, which is their sexuality. When you understand that, you will switch up on how you move and how you go about things. If this is making sense to you, let me know in the chat room, because I normally don't go live on a Wednesday, but I'm out here at the park and I'm going to get me a sadi bowl in a few minutes. So I'm not saying that you completely now you become a man that goes his own way. What I am saying, you become a man who knows what the game is, who understand what they try to do. They will control what destiny you will be in. They will try to control your purpose. The goal of every man is to stand on his 10 toes down and be in his divine purpose. Wow, I done lost everybody on that one. I must have scared everyone off on that one. In no way, in shape, and form am I saying that you should not stand up for yourself. What I am saying is you got to understand the game that's being played now is to influence to influence you or control you by the women. When you understand that, it changes everything. It changes everything. It changes everything. I guess I didn't drop people off because they didn't like what I just said, but it is what it is. The reality of it is a real man understands his purpose, his destiny, and where he's going. And what we're having now, even in this political climate, even with this social media era, is we having men wake up to who they are and what they're designed to do. This does not mean that we hate women, that we do not like women. It means that you have a purpose that's bigger than a woman. And that's what a lot of men don't have. They don't have a purpose that's bigger than women. And so they always settle for being influenced by women and not giving direction to women. Salute, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Angel? Salute. Let me say that again. So a lot of men are used to being influenced by women and not giving direction to women. Let me say that again. A lot of men are used to what? Being influenced by women and not giving direction to women. When you don't have a clear direction or map where you're going, they will lead you and direct you. So it's time for men in this day and age that we're in, this political climate that we're in this social media climate that we're in, everything that's going on, that men step back and sit and become real men again. All this extra stuff, being emotional, what I mean by being emotional, being emotionally driven and not being purpose driven, it's going to lead you into a ditch. That's why it's so important that men step up and become real men in this day and age. You got to have direction. You got to have leadership. You got to be able to say, this way that I'm going to go in. I'm trying to get to a place where I can sit down at. Where it's cool, actually. I'm getting under these trees. So I want to make sure I emphasize this. This is the day, or this is the days that men are beginning to wake up to who they really are. They're waking up to the reality that they are not just utilities, but they, once again, are humans. Let me say that again. That they're not just utilities, that you go home, work, use the bathroom, eat, and do nothing else. That you're realizing that you are a human, that you have a purpose and a destiny for being here. And what happens is, I think a lot of men are waking up that they're no longer the work muse of society. And a lot of men are not going for the stuff that has been put out there for men to be. And who benefits from a work mule? And we know who benefits mainly from being a work mule, and that's the women and the government. So one of the biggest things that you can do is stop being the work mule and start being the man that you need to be. But I want to share that. I just wanted to share that a little bit. But I wanted to say I am coming back live more. I am coming back. It's been a minute because I'm working on rebranding the whole LDA, thinking class. Got books that are coming out, and I wanted to share with you guys to let you know what was going on. So I wanted to drop a little bit of game, but I wanted to share that. And two, people don't understand being on this side of the camera. We have to. It's a lot. I gotta get gear. I gotta talk. I gotta think of what to say. Make sure what I'm saying is proper. Make sure it doesn't go against violations of YouTube and things like that. And I had to refill my cup. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. Okay, people. Okay. I'm starting to think recently when I talk to women, the only words that come to me is the word they really relate to me as a man. Right? I'm getting those books, man. Yeah. So I got books coming out. Yeah, books are coming out. Jono, we got books coming out. We got one for father on the father's fortune. I got another one about another book on finding the women in your tribe. You want to get that book, Finding the Women in Your Tribe. But I want to be sort of transparent and authentic. So what I've been doing is I've been laying back. I've been hitting my routine, hitting the gym every other day. Then on the other days, I'm meditating or I'm researching on how to better serve the people who come to the thinking class who want to hear my voice. And then also too, since everybody's here, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm keeping it on the low. The Patreon is being set up. The Patreon is actually almost done, but I'm gonna let you know with the Patreon, let you know it's not for everybody. There's some videos y'all probably new people have not seen from years ago, from 2018. That's some serious game that's gonna rock your world. So I gotta do, Patreon is set up. And two, let me emphasize this, the Patreon is limited. It's a cap on it. That means everybody's not gonna be able to get on the Patreon. I'm letting you know that everybody's not going to be able to get on the Patreon. So the first tier, I think it's at $9. It's capped at only 10 people to be able to get on that. The next tier is $25. It's capped at 30 people. Then there's going to be another tier above that. I think it's $45 or $50 from what they're telling me. That's going to be, you get everything. You get in the first tier, you get in the second tier, you get in the third tier, but you're going to get you get a 30-minute call from me every month. So I'm just letting you know what's going on, how we restructuring everything. But for that, I think it's $50 for that. You get 30 minutes or 30-minute call with me every month when you join that $50 tier, but you get all the information. You're gonna get access to books. You're gonna get everything that we've been talking about. But I just want to make sure I let you know that the Patreon, and I'm telling you now, it's not for everyone. I'll be able to say some things. And I got some old videos, like one of the videos I just looked at, put her on ice. That's gonna rock y'all world. Put her on ice. That's one video. Then I got another one that's gonna really do a number, and then we're gonna be doing some lives back on the Patreon. But I'm letting you know it's not for everyone. The first tier is capped off at only 10 people can get on that $10 tier. And I think it's $9 actually. The next tier is $25. You're gonna get access to books. You're gonna get access to some lives, videos, along with what happens in the first tier. And on that third tier, yeah, how about be a real hustler and have more total views with 5K subscribers? How about, okay, good, thank you so much. So, Joe's Secret Garden. How about understand how the market works? Since you know so much about marketing, I want you to realize you don't understand how it works. So let me give you a little schooling right quick. Subscribers mean nothing. Since I'm about since y'all since I'm glad Joe's Secret Garden is here. Let me do a little class session now because class is in session. Subscribers mean nothing. You can have 10,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, but it means nothing if you're not effectively changing people's lives and making them a better person. Let's get that first correctly. Just because somebody subscribed, that means they're not going to be listening to everything that you say. So let me help you out again on that. Second of all, everybody's not going to go to the next level of information just because of their subscriber. See, that's the misnomer. That's the wrong mentality when it comes to business. So let me help you out a little bit. Because you made a good point, but your point is completely wrong when you understand business. And then we got to get out of this mindset of being a real hustler. Forget being a hustler, being a businessman. So I appreciate your comment, but your comment is misleading and actually completely wrong. So we got to get out this whole being a hustler and all that kind of mindset. No, I'm a businessman at the end of the day. This is a business. How to be a hustler. I have more total views with 500. Good, that's good for you. But I'm telling you, this is how it works, being a business. That's this the difference. So if I come off sort of shooting my shot at you or shooting at you, I have to. Because I want to make sure people understand that. You can have a whole bunch of people view your stuff, doesn't mean they're buying your product. Doesn't mean they're buying into what you're doing. That's the thing. We have this mentality, and I'm going to say it because it goes into the dating arena, it goes to game. We have this mentality that we think that quantity is better than quality. Let me say that again. We have this mentality, especially in this social media era, the more people you have, the better it is. No, sometimes it's the less people you have, it's the better quality that you can give. I cannot service 5,000 people effectively without having a team. So let me. I gotta push back on what you're saying. Good, you can have all the views in the world. Great, 5,000, great. But how many of them giving? How many of you making a real impact? And I guarantee with 5,000, you break that down, so 10% is what? 10% of that 5,000 is what? 500. And out of that 500, how many of them really giving? So you got to do your math. Right, hustlers are chaotic, be all over the place. Right, and let me say this, that's why you have to be, this is a business. That's why I had to step back and realize, if I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys, that's what I had to do, is this is a business. How do I serve people who come in, who wanna hear my message? It might be for you and it may not be for you. How do I serve them the best way? Hustlers, that hustler mindset, I understand that. You got to hustle to get what you need to do. But when you have a business, you have a system. Salute these nuts. Let me say that again. When you have a business, you have a system. That means everything works on the system and is guaranteed to bring result every day, all day, 24/7. If you're not, even if you're there. This the reason why a lot of people losing in the game, even with women, because you're trying to hustle a woman and you don't have a system. So let me give you some correction. I appreciate you listening, Joe. Thank you for your comment. But I'm here to tell you, you can have all the views in the world. I know people who got tons more views, tons more, what do you call that? Subscribers than me. They got that don't mean nothing. That's all vanity if it's not changing people's lives. Let us not forget that all people hustling ain't hustling. Some are out here shuttering for the streets. Yeah? LD, I saw your comment. Do you subscribe to Alpha Beta Mantra? Isn't it? I don't even know who that is. Alpha Beta, I don't know. Yeah. So let me emphasize that how that's important. Yeah, so I'm here to tell you, you got to have a system. Most people don't have a system. That's the reason why they fail. I can hustle all day. I mean, I had to hustle at one time in my life, not hustling with street pharmaceuticals, but I had to hustle far as when it comes to doing what I need to do. But at the same time, when I was a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I what? Acted like a man. And what happens is people get in here looking for hustlers and tricks and simp ways of doing things and not doing things like a man. See, I don't want to hear this game. The real game is that you have a system. Everything, your whole body is a system. So why would I go against a system? I'm setting a system for us with Patreon where you can go through there, get the information at your pace, and get a one-on-one call, coaching call with me once a month. You get to answer questions, ask me something from what you learn, and go from there. I'm not looking for a ton of subscribers. I'm looking for the people who really need what I have. Let me say that again. I see the numbers went down when I said that. I watched it. I'm not looking for a ton of subscribers. I'm looking for the people who really want to hear what I have to say and really ready to grow from where I'm going. Let me say that again because some people didn't get that. These nuts is talking about the car jingle philosophy of LDA, yeah. So yeah, let me make sure I emphasize that. I'm not trying to reach everybody. I don't want everybody. I don't want everybody listening. When you do that, because I said it before and I said it a long time ago, this class ain't for everybody. Also inside of the Patreon, you gotta be building with the team. I'm gonna build in that fashion and that style, because that has to be put in there. But I'm here to tell you, this ain't for everybody. If it is, guess what? Then see this. Let me tell you. Let me help you out. How what I'm saying applies to game and with women. You realize that who you are will not fit every woman. Let me help somebody else, because this is transferable skills or transferable knowledge. Who you are as a man is not for every woman. But once you get the woman that you're right for, you're going to win no matter what. So that's why please understand that. If you're trying to get every woman in the world, you're bound to get no woman in the world. So let me break it down that again, because people don't get it. If you're trying to get every woman out there and I'm trying to knock them all down, you're bound to hit less. But if you get the woman that wants you're going to win. Let me say that again. Y'all don't understand business. You got to understand business. If you get the woman that wants you're going to win every time. Why shoot your shot at something that don't even want you? Right, thank you. I get it, LDA. Too many people getting access to the Kool-Aid and will cause to get spiked. Correct. I'm telling you, if you understand the concept of how it really works, if you're trying to shoot your shot at every woman that comes, no. I only want the women who want me. Guess what's going to happen? You have more cooperation, you have more dedication, you have more loyalty, you'll be a happier person. The same thing translates to business. Same thing translates to the Patreon, to the business model, whatever you're setting up. Everyone doesn't want the Patreon. Everyone doesn't want access to me. And I don't want them to. I'm about to give some real game right quick, because since we're talking about this, I'm glad I stirred it up, because I've been sitting down laying chill. And everyone shouldn't have access to you. That's the reason why the Patreon is being built out, why it took me so long or to think about it, things like that. Everyone shouldn't be access to the information that I have to give. When you realize it, it changes. And that's the same thing translate to women. Y'all giving too much time, too much attention, too much money, too much of everything else to a woman who don't even want you. And so you bring that mess over into the social media realm, or to doing YouTube, or to whatever you're doing, and people are just getting all of you at no cost. Well, how does that make sense to you? That means you don't value what you say and who you are. Whatever, get out of here. Nice Trump hat, whatever. You don't value who you are. When you value who you are, you don't get, think about it. I'm gonna tell you, I've been to one of the many nice restaurants and many nice stores. Now, I remember when I was in New Jersey, I went to this particular store so y'all can understand what I'm getting at. So you understand what I'm getting at. We had access, we went to the Louis Vuitton store, we wanted to do private shopping. And we wanted our own salesperson to service us. And so what we did was we asked the salesperson, can you shut down the store? Sales manager, can we shut down the store so that we can have private access to shop like we want to? We didn't have to deal with anybody, Pookie and Ray Way. We didn't have to deal with somebody coming in and their kids. We didn't have to worry about somebody taking something that we want. We were able to try on clothes as many times we want. Why? Because we had what? Why? Because we had, thank you, these nuts, because we had private access. Y'all, this the thing. I mean, if I give all of this away from free, you'll never value it. But when I put stipulations on it or tiers to it, the value of it goes up. If you haven't noticed, some of my videos have been disappearing. Why? Because the value of it goes up. Right, thank you for no politics here. Even though I said some political stuff earlier, I didn't say either candidate. Because I have my own views on that and I'm not going to even touch that. But I want you to get the game that I'm saying. The same thing you do with the same thing. You are too accessible to too many people. Some of you guys are just too accessible to too many people and they don't value who you are. What's going on, Alfie? Thank you so much, Artez. That's right. What does he say? Scarcity creates value. Y'all too available to everybody. You too available to these women. You too available to your mama, to your sister, to your brother, you don't know how to pull back. And guess what happens? No one's going to value you. So like I said with this Patreon, I'm telling you now, the first tier is only 10 slots. The next tier is only 30, and then I might shorten it up at the high tier because everybody can't get there. So I want to make sure I emphasize that because I think what we have here, we have a truckload of game on YouTube and ain't nobody doing nothing with it. I've seen so many people giving away game and gamers give it away, but guess what? Ain't nobody doing it, nothing with it. The reality of it is this. Let me say this. You only value the game when you pay for it. What is the mantra of real game? The game is not told, it's sold. Yeah, thank you, D's Nuts. Man, you own it right there. You said it right there. We have everybody giving game, everybody telling you what to do, but ain't nobody doing nothing with it. That's a problem. You know what? And then we get people complaining about women and complaining this didn't work. Well, why my business didn't work? Because you are in information overload and you ain't doing about it. But crying and whining. That's why access will only be granted to certain people to a certain level of game that you can handle. So I want to make sure I emphasize that. I know right now I'm just talking, but the same thing with business. I don't care if you got 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. It means nothing if they ain't doing what you said them to do. It doesn't mean nothing if their lives ain't changed. We got it twisted over here in this social media area. We think that if the more people you have, the better it may be. That's good to some degree. But those who are in the know or those who have money understand that exclusivity and access to certain areas, everyone cannot go. Access or not, the game will meet you where you stand, correct? You can go to my channel, you can go to anybody's channel, and I got years of game, years of lives on other people's lives and things like that. So what? It sounds good, but it doesn't mean nothing if you don't apply it, if it's not working for you. And the only way it's going to work for you is if you pay for the access to it. And the same way, this the thing, y'all don't do that when it comes to women. Y'all give women complete access to you, and she's got your credit card. She's driving your car. She wearing your t-shirt home. And guess what happened? She ain't did nothing for you. So miss me with the whole thing of a bunch of subscribers and a bunch of people coming in. That's just ego. That's just stroke my ego. But guess what? At the end of the day, let me say it this way for those in the church. There was the multitudes, there was the 40, and then there was the 20, and then there was the 12, and then there were the 3. Let me say that again. There is the 3, talking about with Jesus. There were the 3, there were the 12, there were the 2 by 2, 20 or 40, and then there's the multitude. The same thing it goes in business, the same way it goes in the game. Everyone should not have access to you directly to you. If they do, guess what happens? They will not value you. If you understand what I'm saying, put a number 1 in the chat room. My battery will go low now when I'm ready to heat up. Put a 1 in the chat room, you get what I'm saying. Everyone should have had access to your mental, your spiritual, to your finances, to anything that you're doing. It shouldn't have access to it. Thank you, these nuts. That's why the game, like my dude said, the game is watered down, it's spiked, it don't have no potency because everybody's throwing their Kool-Aid in it and and it tastes bitter. I don't know why y'all got me going off today. I didn't really want to go off that way, but this is where we're at. That's why the Patreon is going to be set up. First tier, like I said, only, and then 2, the books that are coming out, the lives behind the scene. I can say some things, some real game that I can't say on YouTube and vice versa. And then that one-on-one coaching, that 30-minute coaching you get once a month, be set in place. And I'll be able to put some live videos, put some videos on the Patreon that I'm not going to put on YouTube. But access, nah. Everybody don't deserve this game. Everybody don't deserve it. Everybody doesn't deserve it. And you got to decide where you sit when it comes to this game. Everyone's level of hunger is at a different place. Some people are good with a snack, while other people, they haven't eaten in 10 years and they starving. So they're ready to get something. They're ready to get that. But the reality of it is, oh wow, she's pretty. The reality of it is when the only time the game is going to really work for you is when you pay and when you are in a place of pain. No, it's drop the link. Patreon not ready yet. Patreon's not ready yet. It might be a wait list to get onto the Patreon. Patreon's not ready yet. Because I'm not pulling out to everybody. Patreon is not ready yet. It's still in the team is still building it out. You should drop the link. It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. I gotta let people know about it, but it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. It's not ready. It's not the Patreon is not ready yet. And then even that one once a month coaching call or that once a month is not even set up yet. So it's not ready yet. But I am letting people know that it is getting is being put together. He said, drop the link, bro. Oh, I don't got. Oh, I'm on YouTube right now, so I can't. I don't know how to drop a link through YouTube. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, so I can't. I don't know how to drop a link or how to share on here. But yeah. Ooh, thank you, Alfie Kingdom, my brother from another mother. He said it right there. I'd rather help a few than entertain many. Come on, bruh, right there, right there. I'd rather help a few people than entertain a bunch of. I'm not up here trying to shuck and jive and nah, I don't got time for that. I'm trying to live my life just like you. I'd rather what? I'd rather. I mean, man, this is right there is gold. Pin message to the top. I'd rather what? I'd rather help a few than I'd rather what? I'd rather help a few than entertain many. Two, right there. Alf and I have been in the trenches together. We did content together separately. We didn't see people rise up. We didn't see people fall off. We didn't see people become YouTube stars, and we didn't see people become YouTube lost in the dark. But I'd rather help a what? I'd rather help a few than entertain many. That's why the Patreon and the one-on-one call. And this too, let me say this. Just because you pay for that certain tier where you get the that 30-minute one-on-one call, you will be screened. You will have to be able to fill out a questionnaire before you even get up there. I'm letting it be known. YouTube dope friends. Yeah. Let me say that again, because this the thing. There will be a screening process even with that. And the reason, this the thing, I'm showing you through the business model how you need to do with these women. Y'all don't even screen. We talked about it, vetting women, but you have no vetting process. Let me say that again. Y'all allow just anybody to come and sleep at your house. You don't understand the value of your dick, and you give it out, and you don't even vet who's even looking or even touching you. Same thing in business. You need to fill out a questionnaire before you get to talk to LDA. Do I think I'm better than anybody? Nope. I'm just telling you, there's a price for access. You value it more. If y'all do the same thing with women instead of just going along just to get along because she's a woman, okay, she's cute, oh, she make I get hard, I feel excited. Guess what's going to happen? You end up you become pussy whipped and not thinking with your right head and thinking with your wrong head, and you end up making mistakes you shouldn't even be making. I'm telling you, I'm saying from my own mistakes. I didn't let women get access to me that shouldn't have access to me, shouldn't have even looked at the one-eye monster. They shouldn't even pet the snake. They didn't even pay the price of entry to even pet the snake. And guess what happened? Who paid later? Me. Am I mad? Am I hurt? No, I'm not mad or hurt. I'm not mad or hurt about it because I didn't understand my intrinsic value. Everybody cannot pet the snake. Think about it. Even in certain areas, you got to sign a waiver before you get on certain rides, before you go into certain, if you're going to do bungee jumping, they make you sign a waiver and insurance and think if something happened, they ain't liable. But the same thing, y'all don't do that because you don't value who you are. You don't value that you are a man. You don't value that everyone can get to you. Y'all have no waiver. You have nothing settled to say this, baby, you can't get next to me. She ain't looking, but it is what it is. I seen my neighbor today. Got a big booty. I mean, big booty, she got a big booty. It's nice and round. But this the thing. Just because you my neighbor don't mean you get access to come to my house or you even get access to pet the snake. Man, y'all don't want to hear this. Why? Because there's a price tag with you gonna have to do something. You gonna have to do something beyond just giving me your sex. You gonna have to bring some fried chicken. You gonna have to come maybe clean my bathroom. You gonna have to make my bed. You gonna have to do something beyond just the regular. Once you start separating yourself from the rest and they notice that you're not making the moves on them, that's when they start moving on you. They realize you're different from something about that is right. That is right. That right there is on point right there. Most guys like clones. Everybody do everything they're different, but you have to separate yourself from the masses. I'm giving you the game, but I'm also giving you the business game. Access is not free. Especially what, 52 years of experience, of failures, things that didn't work out, please. Raising kids, having multiple women, being married, access is not free. So no matter how big, this the thing, no matter how big she is, this the thing. When you stop chasing, they have to chase you. What they're going to ask, what must I do to be down with you? Let me say that again. They're going to say, what must I do to be on your team? When you look at the NFL or the NBA, when they have their, they're doing recruitment, the scouts go out to see who's the best fit for their team. They do not want everybody. They're looking at how you run, how you jump, can you catch, can you dribble, can you defend, can you score? They're looking at all of that. You say that's too much work, LDA. But then some of you guys don't want the best of the best. You only settle for the less. So you can't get mad when you come here looking for game because you didn't settle for the scum of the bottom of the barrel and not settle for the cream. You don't want the cream because you know the cream, and when you get the cream, that means you didn't did the work to get it. So you can't get mad about that. That's what gets me so crazy about men when they come in here looking for game and looking for information and all that. They didn't deal with all the scum, they didn't deal with the bottom of the barrel women. And what do I need to do? Yeah, I can't get it right. She ain't doing right, this and that. You know why? Because you didn't settle for something that you shouldn't have. You settle, first of all, for a woman who don't want you. And then you settle for a woman who's at the bottom of the barrel. So that's why I emphasize building you up as a man first, and then going from there. That part right there. Let me see what he wrote because it's so important. So basically, you want to treat women like a business. You have to qualify. You have to have quality and make sense now. Is she good for business or not? Is she a good woman, good employee? Is it a fit for the role player part? That's why it's important to have a good job. The job is that you're apart from the program. Right. It makes sense. Correct. Y'all can give positions to people who don't belong there. You keep giving positions to people. It's not women. It's people, situations who do not belong in your life. They have not applied. They have not been vetted. They have not been thoroughly Given you shouldn't even get access to even talk to you. When they were trying to, since they want to talk about policy a little bit, they are now doing what? Vetting who's going to be a vice president, who's going to be a vice magic pick for Kamala Harris. They did that for Trump. They had to vet who's a good pick for him. Same thing it goes with you in your life. You need to vet and determine who is a good fit in your life. And this the thing. The same thing goes for information. This information is not for everybody, and it should not be for everybody. You need to vet. I don't like that. I don't agree with LDA. I don't like the way it sounded. Okay, this ain't for you. That's how you gotta look at life. Some of y'all that's going through life based on your feelings. You're going on how your mama did things. And that's the reason why you're failing. That's the reason why you get into situations that you shouldn't get into, because you listen to people that you have not thoroughly vetted who should be talking to you, who has no experience, who have not did anything, who have not lost things, who have no gains. You cannot tell me about getting a luxury car because I have a luxury car. You cannot tell me about YouTube because I've been on YouTube for years. You can't tell me about podcasts. I've been doing this since 2007. I have some Tinder in it. I have some tenor in it. I've been in here for a minute. I didn't just start. You got to vet who talks to you, who gives you information. Just because they smile in your face, they look good and everything. No, don't mean they know what the hell they talking about. When I was in a particular, and I'm not going to say who it is. When I was wanting to learn a particular science, I went to New York and learned this particular art of science from this particular person who was doing it and making money from it. I sat and shut my mouth. I paid the price. I had to give some value to that person to get value back from them to learn how to use this particular science. The problem on these YouTube streets and on these Instagram streets and everything else, everybody want it for free. They don't want to pay the price. And two, you do not vet who shows up in your life. A lot of the problems can be eliminated if you were to vet that woman correctly, if you didn't vet her with your dick. Women, the same thing with a lot of things can be, if a woman is living it, because I'm not on any other channel but on YouTube. A lot of things can be eliminated for a lot of women if they would stop vetting because it made their kitty cat wet. That's part of it. Don't get me wrong, because you want to be sexually attracted to whoever it is. But at the same time, you need to be thinking, is this a good fit for where I'm going and where I'm at? You want to have both dynamics there, not just one. So I'm not going to go any much longer, but I want to let everybody know. I wish I was on Ustream. I've been on the thing. I would have brought you up, but I'm about to jump off of there. I just wanted to drop this right quick. Thank you for the person who stirred me up and putting that great comment in about hustling, because ain't be no hustling. Baby, this is a business. When you start operating like a business, you get business results. This is Lawrence D. Allen. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You got the thinking class. Oh yeah, I'm back. But I'm readjusting everything I'm doing. With that being said, I'm out.